So, the dangerous relationship between extroverted feeling and introverted feeling. Well, first of all, we have to. Well, first of all, what is introverted feeling versus extroverted feeling? The feeling function is associated with moral judgment towards everything because we have the individual and then we have the objective reality. So what happens if you are an introverted feeler type, which means that you will have introverted feeling on the top four slots of your cognitive functions of your ego. For example, the usually the FPs are like that. And which means that they, as the individual, they will attribute judgment, moral judgment. They will decide if something is good or bad based just on themselves, which is quite powerful actually. I am an INFJ, so I am not an introverted feeler type on my ego. It is on my shadow functions, my hidden self. Okay, so I think that introverted feeler types are quite powerful because they establish whether something is good or bad just based on their inner feelings, their own inner judgments, which means that they perceive the object itself as almost as if there's no moral objectivity on them. The thing is, the stuff about this being good or bad doesn't come from the object. It comes from the individual, which means that an extroverted feeler type will have a different approach. They, as the individual, they will perceive the object as being objectively good or bad. They will rely on other people's judgments towards that thing. They will search for that. And also, they will be concerned about how other people feel about something, which means they will easily be hostages of introverted feeler types because it is it is like, and I believe that it is like extroverted feeler types, they wanna suck introverted feeler types because they are searching for that moral judgment. They cannot attribute morally for themselves what is good or what is bad from a subjective moral standpoint. So they will search for absorbing this energy, this judgment. And this is dangerous because extroverted feeler types, they can become, as I said earlier, hostages of that. And also they will put the introverted feeler type as the center of moral judgment because they want to find that source of morality that they cannot bring in their inner world because they are extroverted feelers, which means that they are introverted thinkers, which means that extroverted thinking types will try to absorb those introverted thinker types, and extroverted feeler types will try to absorb that introverted feeling. Because extroverted thinking types, they cannot bring subjective logic on their own. They know what the tribe is thinking. They are concerned what you're thinking, what do you think about this, like from a logic, a rational standpoint. And extroverted feeling types, they cannot decide if something is bad or good. They want to find that introverted feeler type so they can see for themselves, well, this is good, this is bad, like from a moral standpoint, which means that extroverted feeler types are likely to get involved in abusive relationships. Because think about that. Introverted feeler types are like the sun for extroverted feeling types in a moral standpoint. So they will want to be around that sun because it is going to be comfortable for them having that moral source. But what happens if your moral source is corrupted, is bad? What happens if your moral judgment, if you're an introverted feeler type, if your moral judgment isn't quite right, isn't quite as it can be selfish, it can be, I don't know, it can be a lots of things. I don't know where exactly. someone would like, what are the source of that moral judgment? It can be from your parents. Like what I've noticed, if you are an introverted feeler type, it is very likely that your parents, one of them at least, are introverted feelers. And they teach that morality to their children. And it can be a dangerous thing. So be careful around that and try to access your own introverted feeling, your own introverted moral judgment, because I believe that it is in you. Me as an INFJ, I have an ENFP subconscious, an ENFP shadow, so to speak. So I have to penetrate that beyond that ego slot and ask myself, this is bad, this is good. Not from a logical standpoint. I don't have to connect the dots. I don't have to be intuitive about it. I just have to feel my guts, which is it's more easy for people who have introverted feeling on their top 4, especially if you're an introverted feeling child, like if you're an INTJ, if you're an ISFP, if you're an ESFP also, if you have introverted feeling as one of your 3 main functions of your ego. So I haven't posted a lot because a lot's going on and I don't know, but people have been subscribing to my channel and I think it's because my MBTI videos, so I'll try to post it more, okay? Feel free to ask a question, and if you think I'm wrong, please reply in the comment section in a very polite way, okay? Bye-bye.